As you already know, there was a ton to do to make this car look good. So I haven't seen the car now in a couple days. These guys have been giving it full Gtechniq treatment. Wow, that looks sick. All right, so look, here's a little backstory on the Ferrari that I know the guys love to give me a lot of shit about, but the reality is before I bought it, the previous owner tracked it. So it's a, you know, car's been driven. It's got its scratches. It also really wasn't super taken care of. And as you might know, I'm not really the kind of person to spend a lot of time waxing, polishing, or even cleaning my cars. But a few things it had that really sucked was it had like a 2002 era like clear bra on it. I'll be honest, I didn't even know it was there because I bought the car sight unseen, just saw a ton of photos and walk around videos on it. And in those videos and the photos, I didn't really notice the bra. And then I sent the car to a Ferrari shop just to really like look at it mechanically. And the car was super mechanically sound, which is why I bought it. It's a driver's car. There's a bunch of little scratch and stuff on it. And I said, I don't care because I don't mind it being a driver's car. That's kind of a bit of the backstory, but the goal now is to try to remove the clear bra, but then also to just do as much paint correction as possible and make this thing really nice. I don't know, the guys think this is gonna make me wanna drive it more, but I actually like cars that are rough around the edges. Caring if cars get scratched is a crazy thing.
'Tis but a scratch.
But at the same time, this car is like super special to me because when I first started out as an automotive journalist, I got to drive a 360. I was like, man, what an amazing car. It would be so sick to own. Luckily, the trajectory of my career and the prices of old Ferraris sort of met somewhere in the middle. And I was able to buy one that, you know, it's got 50,000 miles on it, which in Ferrari world is basically dead. You know, it was somewhat abused and, you know, not an original kit and like all these things that purists hate about it, but I love how it looks. And so these guys here at Beachside are gonna give it the full Gtechniq treatment. And what that means is they're gonna make it look as good as it should. I mean, that's the goal, right? So, I don't know, we'll be back in a few days and we'll see how good it looks because I got other things to worry about like a Gymkhana grid build than waxing and polishing and ceramic coating cars.
All right guys, today we're located at Beachside Detail. We've been working on cars as well as home and commercial buildings. And today we're gonna be working on Scotto's 360 Modena. We're gonna be doing the full prep, wash, paint correction, as well as coating it with the Crystal Serum Ultra by Gtechniq. And we're gonna start by going through our wash, our foam bath, clay bar treatment, and then we're gonna go into our paint correction. We're gonna remove any of the deep scratches, imperfections, or any prior damage or adhesive left from the old paint protection film, and that'll lead us into prepping the paint with an alcohol solution and then leading us into the Crystal Serum Ultra application. That'll give 9 years of protection on the paint.
How does it make you feel that Scotto's only driven this car like 2 or 3 times?
You must have a lot of cars.
More than you could count.
The paint, once we were able to pressure wash it, did come back nice, but I think it definitely collects a lot of dust if he's not using it that often, which could benefit the project for us. Next steps, we're gonna go ahead and clay bar the surface. We just wanna make sure that we remove any contaminants that are embedded in the clear coat, and that's gonna lead us back into the shop and get the paint correction process started. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna work on the paint correction stage. We're also gonna focus in here where the old PPF was. We had to go through a long process to remove it, but now our goal is to have a consistent finish over the entire Ferrari. So Mario's gonna start on the cut. We're gonna lead into the polish after that. Pretty hard to see with the lighting in the shop. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a 50-50 and then we'll be able to determine the true results after we cut and polish versus what it looks like currently.
Hey guys, Chris here with Gtechniq North America, and we are finishing up this beautiful Ferrari here. So Beachside has been working on this car since last week, and they started with a full decom process, which would be our W4 citrus foam, W5 all-purpose cleaner, and W6 iron fallout remover. We had to remove some old PPF on the car. So that old PPF took quite a while. Anybody who knows anything about PPF, it's a clear film that goes over the paint, and over time it becomes brittle and kind of pretty much bakes into the paint. So he's been here working on it for days, getting all the adhesive and all that stuff off so that it's fully prepped. And now we are at the point where he's done his paint correction after the clay bar, and then we're gonna be ready to go today and do the Crystal Serum Ultra. And that's gonna be the final touch on this beautiful car here. Crystal Serum Ultra, that is a professional only product for us. This product specifically is for our accredited network. What you're gonna get out of this is 9 years of protection for UV rays, bird etchings, and hard water spots. So this is gonna protect your clear coat from harsh damages, and then it's also gonna make it crazy easy for you to keep clean. You know, think about every Sunday you go out there and you spend 3-4 hours washing your car. Get your car ceramic coated, you're gonna cut that time in half. So that's the benefit of having your car coated, is you're gonna spend less time cleaning your car and more time driving and enjoying it.
We'll prep the surface and then we'll kind of go panel by panel. We'll remove it with 3 different towels. We'll do 1, 2, 3, and then we'll have a finalizer just to pick up any last residue. But because the formula is very hard and durable, we want to make sure we do our best job removing the residue, keeping it nice and smooth, giving it that glossy finish. And you could feel the butter feel right off the bat, which is a good feeling knowing that the product works and it's getting on all the paint.
All right, so here's the moment of truth. I haven't seen the car now in a couple days. It's been at Beachside. These guys have been giving it the full Gtechniq treatment. And as you already know, there was a ton to do to make this car look good. So they got like the full reveal for me. I feel like I'm on a reality TV show. Like, it's behind here. So we got Christian and Chris. So just before we even do this, how much work was this?
It was a lot of work. About 4 days put together from morning till night. Just prepping the vehicle, removing that old paint protection film, and then we're able to kind of lead into more of the detailing process, paint correction work.
And I assume like you guys work on a lot of things like Ferraris. Like this one's pretty rough around the edges.
It was driven as a race car, so it had the bumps and bruises, but the transformation was super fulfilling from the start.
All right, well, like I said, I haven't seen it yet. We're gonna do the full door open moment, cue, like appropriate Discovery Channel level music. Let's check it out. All right. Wow, that looks sick.
Yeah, it's
Damn. Now you make me want to drive it even less because now it just looks perfect.
Hey, that's the goal.
Man, that looks sick. It almost looks like it's been repainted.
The paint correction really did a number on it.
Wow. I mean, because this was just like all here because it was the PPF on there was all destroyed. So this like was almost the same color as the headlight lens Lamex was all here on the hood. It looks great.
For the age of the car, it cleaned up very nice. Anytime you do a PPF removal on a car this age, especially Ferraris, you're always worried about pulling paint.
Yeah.
So the fact that we were able
Is that like a thing? Like this, do Ferraris like pull paint?
A lot of exotic vehicles in general, especially with the older PPFs, like this one we were saying is probably 15, 20-year-old PPF. You can tell just by the fact that it yellowed, whereas a lot of the new PPF now, it doesn't do that. It's just one of those things with the evolution of detailing in the industry. Now the PPF is 100 times better, so you don't ever have to fight those issues.
Walk me through the process, because for those at home know this, but I'll tell you this, like I barely wash my cars, let alone like full details. I'll be honest, I kind of understand ceramic coating and things like that, but like walk me through like what you guys have done.
Absolutely, yeah. So the biggest takeaway, paint is like your skin. It's elastic and expands and contracts, right? So you've got all these pores in your paint, and so what they did is they removed all the dead clear coat on the surface level, which gets you that clarity. So once you get that clarity, get all the light swirls, the scratches out, at that point you're ready for the coating. What the coating does, it enhances that gloss and that paint even more so. And then obviously getting you the benefits of the easy maintenance and everything like that for when you do wash your car. So, even if it's not all the time, when I tell customers who ask like, well, now that I got my car coated, how often do I have to wash it? When it gets dirty, wash it. And at that time, it'll be really easy for you to wash it. It's a satisfaction when you do go to wash it. It's like that.
So what is the coating? Like how that's different from, back in the day, traditional like waxes?
What a ceramic coating is, it's a chemical process. You're using a solvent, which is a delivery system, and it delivers solids to the surface, and it fills in some of those pores in the paint, and that's what gives you that slick surface. It reduces the surface tension so that half the amount of dirt, half the amount of soot and everything sticks to the paint. Now it's even easier for you to clean on top of it.
And because it's more even, also that's what gives it more of the shine, because it has a
Correct, yeah, because people don't realize how porous paint is, with water spotting and mineral deposits and all these different things. It's the perfect transformation to see, what you can do with a car that's been sitting for X amount of time and be like, this is what your paint's supposed to look like, And it's kind of hard to see, but you can see this line here. So that's,
oh yeah, I can see it.
That's where your PPF was.
Yeah.
The UV from the sun is gonna fade your paint out. So what you're seeing here is what happens when you protect your car. Is that's the original factory look of the paint,
right?
Whereas this has
everything else
some sun fade
away.
A little bit and everything else.
Well, I mean, you really have to look for it.
You can't really see it, yeah.
And it definitely looks better than the actual PPF that was on it before. Things like clear bras to me are the equivalent of like people in New York City used to put these like bumper protectors out, and then they just would never put them back in their car.
It's got a bumper bully. It appears to be doing an excellent job.
I'd rather have bumper dings than just like have a pillow on the back of my car at all times. And for me, that's kind of the way I felt about like the old clear bras. It doesn't look better than like a few rock chips. That actually is more noticeable than a little here and there.
Even like things like the patterns for PPF, so like it stopped like here. Nowadays, that would never be a pattern that you cut and put on a customer's car. You want to do it on the impact areas, right? The whole hood, the whole bumper, the whole fender, pillars, a strip across above the windshield, like that's where you would really want the protection.
And the stuff today, you don't even notice it. Man, this is incredible. I guess I really should drive this thing now. I think that's kind of what the boys were getting at. So I got 1,001 excuses, but nobody wants to hear why the guy who owns a Ferrari doesn't have time to drive his Ferrari. So, wow, it looks just great. Like I knew it was gonna look good, but man, it's sick. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Sorry that you've spent the past 4 days dealing with my negligence and the previous owner's negligence, but hey, it looks awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I see these things.
I absolutely hate tint on sports cars.
Oh, so like this haziness?
You get a little haziness on on those spots, and we're gonna fix that and then give it a fresh coating because it makes the car stay cleaner and it's so easy to wash when you do it.